Are you stuck? What about unhappy? Join Alena Chapman, author, mentor, and life coach for 30-minute moments as she challenges you to get out of the doldrum and start living your life to the fullest. It's time to celebrate that life with 30-minute moments.
Hello, you are now on 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, your host, and it's all about that ease and betterment, folks. It's all about the ease and betterment in your life. Any little nuggets I can give to help that, I am very blessed. Today, we have a very special show. I am going to be talking. I am my own guest. We are going to be talking about a very, very important concept that I really wanted to bring forward before this holiday season. And it's my gift to you. And you've got to promise me that if you like this, if you try it, and if you like it, will you text me at 46862 at WOWO and let me know? I really want to see. This is like a big giant social experiment. It's 46862. So let me know. All right, here it is. We're going to talk about a concept today. It's called being a consumer versus a conscious person. And they say, oh, Alena, yeah, we know this. No, we don't. Because we do it all the time. And right now we're doing it even more because Christmas is coming in. What is a consumer? Since when did we go from being people to being consumers? Now, that's the very first thing, because, that's a little bit of brainwashing. Consumer Index Report says we are not spending. Well, yes, I know I'm not spending. But why does it have to be in a report? Do you see what I'm saying? Why are we being labeled as consumers instead of people? That's a very subtle thing. All of a sudden, we have entered into consumer. What is a consumer? It is a person that consumes, a person that takes, a person that can't get enough, and everything is outside of them. The food, the new car, the presents, the perfection, everything is outside, and we have to consume it. That builds a lack of trust in ourselves. Because now all of a sudden, we are not depending on us, our inner self, to do anything. We think everything out here can be fixed out here. That's what a consumer is. Really, I'll give you a case in point. I have some friends that have a troubled child. This troubled child was giving them a lot of anguish. To relieve the anguish, they would let the kid play as long as he liked on the computer, which computers are a wonderful tool. It's just learning how to use them correctly. Would let him keep busy when he was calm. As long as he was calm, life is good. They're allowing another thing outside of themselves take care of the situation because they don't know how. They did get him a counselor, another outside thing to fix his problems. Now, when I talked to them, I presented a different way of being, becoming a conscious person, a conscious parent, someone who looks at the child, sees the problem, and then addresses it through themselves. And not through punishment and fear, but trying to really listen to the child. Spending time with the child, going and getting him away from the computer, and maybe going to a library, really finding some cool books, or going to a bookstore. That's cool. Libraries, I guess, aren't always cool, although I love libraries. But going to the bookstore and looking at the books he likes and start talking about the different books. Have him tell the books. Get a chance to get to know your child again. And then when you start to build that trust up, then you can start talking about the issues that you need to talk about. And it'll be an exchange, and you will be the parent who is helping that child. It's conscious parenting. It's taking a step in really being present with that child. It's just like that in life. So as we're coming up, let's put it into the holiday. Right now, everything is being decorated for Christmas. Heck, Heck, they started it before Halloween. That's the consumerism. We're going to get you ready to buy, folks. But I have learned that the most special Christmases and Thanksgivings are when I let go of the consumerism. Then all of a sudden, it wasn't about, oh, I have to buy a gift. And I'm the type who buys gifts. If I see something that I think you're really going to like, I will get those gifts for you. I don't need Christmas to do that. So I really have started to be a conscious parent and find out what is it that's going to make our Christmas special. And the first thing I got rid of is being the consumer. The second thing I got rid of is being perfect. Because perfect means I'm going to put all this heaviness on this has to go right. Instead of, we're going to come together and we're going to have a holiday we'll remember. It changes everything. My present now is more of an experience. When the kids were little, we took a day. I get them a little something for under the tree. But the really big thing is we went down to Indianapolis, which is a city near us. I took them to the Children's Museum when they were kids. We went for a day for just enjoying the ambiance of the museum, having a wonderful lunch, an experience. We got lost coming on the way home because I always get lost. They thought that was fun. We laughed. We celebrated as a family. We have a movie night usually during the holidays, and we have terrible movie nights. Terrible. But do you know what? Because we can never all decide on a movie. But does that stop us? No. In fact, they enjoy that more than the movie. That's our tradition. Everything has become more of us just enjoying. Maybe the turkey won't be perfect. It doesn't matter. What matters is the conversation I'm having at that table. What matters is how everybody's participating and helping make that meal. It's letting go of the perfection. And it's not thinking that everything has to be opening up under the tree, because that's the least thing. And when you let go of all the things that you feel you have to do, and you just say, kids or parents, I want to make this a Thanksgiving or a Christmas that we truly remember as a family. You all of a sudden graduate from being a consumer to being someone who's conscious in their life. It's a little bit of a turn, and for so many, it's so hard. And I do realize that coming together as families is not always easy. Heck, I understand it. I've got a boy who's now in college, and he's got his girlfriend who I don't even know. And I know some people get married, your sons and daughters get married, and you're thinking, I don't know who that is. And they don't like me. What do I do with that? How do I make that memorable? I get it. I do get it. I really do. I think, again, it's not going with expectation. And it's allowing yourself to not feel it has to be any certain way. And just allowing yourself to be more open. Say, maybe we don't celebrate on the 25th. Maybe we celebrate on the 26th. And maybe I don't have to go all prepared to have a good time. Maybe this time I just listen and feel my way. It's being very conscious in the relationships you're in. Maybe this new person in the family is someone they married who is an introvert, very shy. Maybe she's scared of you, or he's scared of you. You've got to sit and just, don't be pushing on them. Listen, make it a discovery holiday instead of a holiday of expectation. It's a little bit of a change. How do I know this? Because when I was married, I was the one who had all the people over. I was the one who also had the parties for my husband at that time and professional, bringing all the professionals in. And man, can I throw a party. I can throw such a party, and I love parties. However, it got to be so persnickety. Everything had to be just so. You had to have the food just so, and you had to have everything laid out just so, and you had to, the performers had to be set to go at just so. And yeah, that's all important. But you know what happened? I lost the fun. I lost my family memories. It turned into just doing things for other people. And my kids didn't have any more fun there. They had to wear suits. They had to be good. They had to open presents only when they were told to. And they had to play with presents only when they were told to. Everything changed. That's not Christmas. And that's not Thanksgiving. We miss the whole purpose when we put all this stuff in there, that consumer stuff. This is how we should be. This is what we should buy. This is how we should decorate. This is how we should perform. That's not what these holidays are about. My gosh, it's the birth of Jesus. It's a time to rejoice. It's a time to be closer to one another. It's the time to build the memories, whatever those memories can be. And it's allowing it to unfold. So this year, let's start to take just a little bit of break from being perfect and a little bit of the break thinking our present's going to be the perfect present. And maybe open it up to something else. And you might be surprised how much people really wanted that to even begin with. You're listening to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman. We'll be right back.
You're listening to 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, helping you discover your true purpose on WOWO and at WOWO.com.
Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments. I'm your host, Alena Chapman, bringing a little bit of holiday cheer here. Okay, so we talked about the consumer versus conscious. I'm sure you have tons of questions on that. And you're saying, Alena, come on. You don't understand how hard our holidays are. Oh, yeah, I do. I so do. I understand sometimes the demands are so incredible. I understand sometimes you're traveling to 2 and 3 homes. I understand that sometimes you get to that home and you don't even know who these people are. You see them once a year. I get it. Been there, done it. I so get it. You got to understand, I'm originally from Vermont and my family was back there. When I moved to Indiana, where I live now, I didn't know anybody. And so it was my husband's family who I didn't know that I was spending my Christmas with. And their Christmas was 100% different than mine. And so how do you navigate this? Let's talk about some of these things, because it's easy to say, oh, just don't be a consumer. I know that. So let's deal with what we're really dealing with. So maybe you are a parent. I bet you even have little kids, and you are traveling from one parent to the other, and you're tired, and your kids get tired, and you're grumpy, and it's hard, and it doesn't feel like Christmas to you nor the kids. I know. So what do? You've got to find a way that you get to celebrate with your family. And I'm not talking about everybody in the whole wide world. Your family with your kids. That's first. And I know that sounds like common sense, but you know what? People don't do it. You've got to, even if it's not on the 25th, I used to say, Santa came a night early to our house. I did. What did my kids care? He came. That's all that mattered. And we got to celebrate a nice little Christmas just ourselves. And we got to stay in our pajamas all morning, and we got to open the presents, and the kids got to play, and we could have our coffee, and life was good. And then we started going to one parent's house, another parent's house, and then back for the whole family get together. 3 things. Oh my gosh. But see, it set a time for us to really love our Christmas. And that, I always felt, was our Christmas. And then it was just getting to know everybody and going out and with the kids. And what I'm trying to say is that you have to set boundaries. You have to make things work for your family. because your kids are going to be young only so long. And they really do want to have that family tradition. It's the family traditions. It's the funniest things. Now that my kids are older, what I see them remember, because our life has always been so active in Indiana with the family. So what do they remember? Well, like I said before, it's the movies that we never see on movie night because we're too busy deciding what movie, and they think that's so funny. Or it's the board games they love the board games. And I don't know why, because I always lose, but whatever. And you know what they really love? They love taking the family photo, because I don't have us all sitting like a pristine, wonderful family. No, I tell my 3 boys, okay, what do you want to do? One year they posed as Charlie's Angels in front of the fireplace. One other time they did this really cute little pose. And then another time they climbed on top of each other and made a triangle thing. And we took a picture. I let them create. They remember that. They say, Mom, what are we going to do this year? I don't know. You guys come up with it. They love it. And they're now 20, 17, and 15. Isn't that amazing? And the other thing they love, and I never thought they did, is they love my French toast. I do this casserole French toast. I never thought anybody ate it, but heaven forbid if I should stop making it. You know, it's this. This is what comes when we start to allow ourselves to set up those boundaries and create a family, an immediate family holiday. And yes, it's important to see the grandma and grandpa, and it's important to see the whole family. That's important too, but it's not to take the place of. And you have to put up the boundaries. So that's one. And so then all of a sudden you go to these wonderful big giant family things, and you either don't know these people very well, or there's Uncle Joe, and that is just an example. There is no Uncle Joe. I'm not criticizing anyone. Uncle Joe there, who decides he's going to tell all his political views and tell all the world what he thinks, and you're all supposed to swallow it. And that's not fun. I get it, because I've been there. So what do? Do you start the argument? Somebody will. And then you got an argument going on politics. And right now, that's not fun. So you can get the whole party totally alienated. That is one heck of a Christmas. No, we don't want to do that. So what do? Well, hopefully the host is the one who goes up and says, hey, you know what? Let's just put that out to pasture today. You got to confront him. And Uncle Joe may love it or may not. But it's starting to not put expectation. If you know Uncle Joe is a blowhard, then be ready for it. You know? Just say, Uncle Joe, I'm not going to listen today. That's great you feel that way. I'm proud of you. I'm not into it. Simple as that. I've done that. One time I went to a family reunion, and it was a beautiful family reunion, not mine. And this woman came up to me and said, well, I'm Catholic, because I'm a spiritual thought leader. I said, oh, that's wonderful. And it helps you to get a good connection with God. And she said, yes, there's no other way. I said, oh, okay. And she wanted to start an actual argument with me. And she said, how were you raised? And I said, I was raised Catholic. Well, I hope you're still practicing it. She wanted to start an argument. And I looked at her, I said, I have that in me always and much more. And I turned and I walked away. I wasn't going to play into the game. And you always have that person there. There's always somebody who's on some kind of mission. So just gently, don't make enemies. Just gently say, I get your point. Thank you for sharing. I'm going to go do something else. And go to talk to somebody that you like. And don't concern yourself. Know that they're just blowing off steam. And for the person who, if you have a whole family that's not doing well, don't swim upstream. You might want to set boundaries. I'll tell you what, you can go in there trying to do a board game. It's not going to work. You've got to set boundaries. Limit your time there. Limit your time. We treat people how to treat us. And I know that sounds awful in the holiday season. You want all love, love, love. But it's hard to do if you're feeling, number one, persecuted, or number two, you are not having fun and you just drove umpteen miles to get there. You know what I mean? So limit it. Limit it. You don't have to stay for the whole thing. They'll get the message. And don't be mean about it. Don't go huffing out, because you don't want to alienate them. You just want to make sure that they understand that this isn't where I want to be. I don't need this. I don't need to be yelled at. But I love you all so very much. But I think I'm going to take the kids and go to a movie now. I know that sounds awful, and you're saying, Alena, really? No, I'm serious. I've done it. I have done it. And you know what? The next Christmas, they were better. Isn't that interesting? And I never had to say a word. You're listening to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm Alena Chapman. Now we're going to have everybody going out there leaving the family. I'll be right back.
This is 30-Minute Moments with Alena Chapman, helping you find your inner self every Sunday on WOWO and at WOWO.com.
Welcome back to 30-Minute Moments, and I'm your host, Alena Chapman, and this is a little bit of the Christmas cheer and all those holidays where we have to deal with other people, and we're trying not to be those consumers, but create beautiful memories for our family. Now, with all that, you know, we feel stressed during the holidays. I want to address the stress, because that comes with perfection, guys. And we already let go of that in the first two parts of the show. We're letting go of the perfection, because perfection alienates us from being conscious and really creating memories. So let it go. But I understand you want to wrap the presents. I understand you think you have to get the perfect gift. No one gives the perfect gift. It really is about just being with that person and getting something that you know they'll like. That's all. But let's talk about this stress that we put ourselves in. And start to take the time. You know, it's really funny. When I was a little girl, I still wasn't into all the consumerism. My favorite part of Christmas, you're going to laugh, was when I was in junior high, was to go into the living room with the tree when nobody else was there. And it was all lit, and we always had all those different color lights, and it was really dark except for the tree. And I would take off my glasses because I'm nearsighted, and I would sit back, and all the lights would just smear into this wonderful rainbow. And it was really, really quiet, and there I would just talk to God. I love that. And to me, that was Christmas. When I got older, you know, I started being in, I was in churches, you know, I was conducting. But Christmas Eve was always my favorite. And I would always find time between the services to go out shopping at Christmas Eve. And I didn't go out shopping to consume. Well, actually, I did have to buy gifts. I was the Christmas Eve shopper. But why did I wait then? Because everybody would laugh. Why are you waiting, Alena? Because it was magical. The people, I would have people, everybody was in such a good mood. And you would end up, I started knowing the store clerks. I started to know other people. We'd start talking in the store. Or you go into the coffee shop real quick, and everybody's just so full of cheer, and you're just talking, and you're sharing incredible moments. And again, Christmas. It's finding the things that create Christmas for you. I know I'm talking about family and family memories, but I also know, being the mom, you are the major person most of the time, unless you're also a really active dad in this, which there are those too. You guys are the ones who are always on, trying to make Santa Claus wonderful for your kids. But sometimes you've got to find that special Christmas within you, or guess what? It's not going to be coming out anywhere else. So it's doing the little things. It's taking time to stop. You're saying, Alena, how can I do that? You do it. You just do it. You find time to stop Another thing I love the old Christmas carols. That comes from my loving early music. But I will turn on, and my kids always laugh at me, but I will always turn on Chanticleer, which is a men's a cappella group. A little bit of knowledge here. And I turn on the very old hymns, like Lo, How a Rose Ere Blooming, and some of the very old madrigal and motets. To me, I love that. I light a few candles and I play that. And it just makes me feel so good. And it brings back the mystery of Christmas. And it brings back that wonderment. And I really know in my heart it's because I think that is so important. It's what helped me to see that our family was turning into consumer perfectionism. They didn't have the spirit anymore. And that's what started me to make the memories in the family versus trying to make everybody pleased, because it's not about that. So I urge you this Christmas, really stop and take that time to find the mystery for yourself. And when you do that, that's the time you can bring that beautiful mystery, that wonderment, that magical moment into your kid's life. I think that's the absolute best gift you can give anyone, including yourself. So have a magical Christmas. Not perfect, magical. And find that moment. And this is 30-minute moments, guys. So you know how I always end. Stay connected. That's what it is. That's what I'm talking about. That conscious connection to others. Look in their eyes. Understand them. See them for the beauty they are. And also stay connected to Source, that wonderment, that magic. And then, of course, that beautiful inner divine of yourself. Feed it. Namaste.
This has been 30-Minute Moments featuring Alena Chapman. If you missed an episode, download it now at wowo.com.
Podcasts by Federated Media.